Alright, welcome back everybody to Limeade 4.0, presented by Lime City. Got another run for you here, Metal Gear Solid the Twin Snakes, being ran by the best player on the planet in this game, BlueMetal. We had one quick sub right before the start. Sergeant Silent is subbing for Jag, we do appreciate that. Otherwise, fellas, take it away.
Yo, it's your boy Sarge. Hey, how's it going, everybody? This is Twin Snakes on Extreme. 3, 2, 1, go.
All right.
Sorry, but not sorry alarms. So I started the timer right away for good reason, because we're gonna be chilling in the locker for like 2 minutes. So, yeah, I got with me another really talented runner of this game. Might know him as Aurelian, the Final Fantasy X speedrunner. Probably.
Oh God, yes. As that is absolutely my rep now. Great.
Exactly.
What's up, guys? We're gonna be chilling in this locker. I guess going over some preliminary stuff about the run. So, on Extreme, you really want to be going for big boss rank. These strats are with game over if discovered. So, gonna be taking some very cautious lines throughout to make sure that no one sees blue going by, and also, try not to die via losing health, try not to use too many rations, but it's not like the end of the world if he doesn't get the big boss at the score screen. But we'd be playing
try anyway.
with the intent to do so.
And also no kills, if that was not already mentioned, so I can't kill anybody. I can only trank dudes. There's a few bosses that'll lose both their HP and stamina at the same time, but it'll still count as non-lethal. So, yeah, and if you're familiar with this game and what's been going on with it recently, you've probably seen that you can just skip this part. Well, on hard and extreme, we don't have that luxury because we can't get any throwable items this early to do that glitch. And funny enough, the one guy who can drop an item this early is the one that comes down from the elevator, so it defeats the point. So we're just gonna chill until we're ready to get out of here. Should be any second now.
Yeah, the very start of this run is a bit of a slog, but the movement coming up on the heliport can be pretty scary. So are you going to get the you're going to get the chat from the heliport, but are you going for the locker as well, or are you going for the armory stash?
I'll go for the locker stun since I'm used to it.
Okay. So we're going to be picking up chavs and stuns. It's pretty important to have some kind of weapon to switch to this early because you're going to be getting a speed boost through the crawl space by spamming equip, unequip, but also the stuns and chavs will be very useful for the tank coming up.
All right, let's hopefully not mess up this movement. Okay, get that roll because I want to alert him in a way that makes him run instead of walk. Go around this corner, don't get spotted. YOLO, but we're in there. Got the chaffs. So I'm gonna go in here, get these stun grenades. I did a little bit of testing before this run started, like a little bit earlier today. And getting these is the same speed as getting the ones in the corner of the armory. So I just go for these since I'm already used to it, but you can go for either one and they're about the same speed. Maybe there's frames difference, but on the whole it doesn't really matter that much. So time to spam equip, unequip. You go somewhere, what was it, 13% faster somewhere around there?
Yeah, it's
you
something
spam
like
at the right rate.
You don't want to go too fast, but you also don't want to slack either. It's kind of, you get the rhythm down and you can go the speed that you gain from doing this lets you hit a cycle in the tank hangar that you wouldn't be able to normally, and you would fall behind and be sort of at the mercy of the guard that's in there. But he's able to get there just a little bit early. He'll have to wait for just a moment when he gets out, but it's so much better than where the guard ends up if you don't do this spam.
Yeah, it's unbelievably tight if you don't do this. Okay, so I'm gonna set up around here. This should be good enough. I'm gonna roll now. I'm gonna bait the guy at the bottom. And then when I go to stand in front of the elevator, he should turn to the right and not notice. There you go. What are you doing, Snake? All right, so I'll be doing it the vent spamming in another long vent, but by the time we're done with that one, you know, we'll hardly have to do it ever again. Like after this next vent, there's very little crawling left to do, so it's gonna be far less obnoxious than it currently is. And the reason why I got the chaps at the beginning is because the glitch I talked about that let you skip the docks, you can do it again in this prison room where you have to sit here and wait for Meryl to let you out. So well, I have 2 chaffs, so I have 2 chances to get it. And on the whole, from getting the chaffs and doing the skip here, it'll save roughly about seconds. What seconds? How many? 10 seconds. Ugh. You know how hard it is to commentate and speedrun at the same time? So, yeah, it's going to save roughly around 10. On the other categories where you have to get these, like, anyway regardless, or have something regardless, you're going to save, like, an entire 20. But since we had to waste about 10 to get these on extreme, we're going to save about that much.
Yeah, you really don't want to use the stuns that he picks up to do the Prozac scope.
All right, I got 2 tries. Boom. Easy peasy.
Just like that. We're on to the guard rush, which is a pretty hectic part of the run to just get slapped into right away. He has the M9 from the vent, but he's going to be doing like a mixture of instant snap heart shots and like lining up the headshots. Like the instant snap is pretty cool that it's possible on extreme because like working around their body armor is really difficult and it can get pretty obnoxious with them walking all over the arena.
Yeah.
But
she knocked him over. Oh well. It's
we're
not
hoping,
a huge deal.
Yeah, Meryl needs to cooperate at least a little bit. Kills with Meryl don't count as kills from Snake, so she can just go ham on that guy. And towards the end of the fight, we'll be able to injure the last 2 guards and then have Meryl finish them off, which is pretty neat.
But since I missed 1 shot, I'm gonna have exactly 3 bullets for Ocelot. And if you're familiar with this game, you know Ocelot goes down in 3 headshots with the M9, so it's like you think it's easy, but when you're under pressure and the ammo that you want to get if you mess up can very easily kill you if you try to get it, you know, there's a lot of pressure. So that means I'm about to take Ocelot kind of safe.
You're just gonna nail it anyway. But
no problem.
The way that works at the very end is hitting their right arm makes it line up perfectly because since Meryl is like auto aiming at their other arm, you basically get like the instant kill on them and you get a really fast death animation. It is pretty cool tech to like injure but not kill people. And
yeah,
as a bonus, you also leave there with plenty of magazines, which can be used on a boss.
We'll talk about that boss a lot when we get there because it's a real hoot. But the reason why that strat on the guards works is because if you take out both limbs of one kind, then they just die. So like if you shoot out one arm and then the other arm, they die, no questions asked. Same with their legs. So I shoot one arm and I have Meryl kill them by shooting the other arm. So I don't get the kills, but still get by him.
Okay.
All right.
Now just need to not miss.
Got your nose. Hiding won't help. I want to take this last shot safely. There.
Yeah, let him do
I
his
had
slide.
4. I probably would not have been safe about it, but oh well. So, the tank thing. I wasted a lot of ammo, both here and for the guard rush, because I need magazines. There's a very interesting strat with the tank that involves throwing anything in it, and one of those anythings is magazines. And I need to make sure I gather up as many as I can reasonably so that I can have as many chances on the tank as I possibly can get. I need a minimum of 2 if I want it to go smoothly, but the tank can go anywhere from perfect to a absolute train wreck.
Yeah, having all the magazines is pretty much insurance, and you get a full ammo refill right here, so you're not even missing out on anything. A couple guards in here, you just have to take a sort of zigzaggy way through the room. But then we'll be going up to the tank hangar again and employing sort of a precise roll. It's not as bad as it once was to do this part fast, but it's still kind of scary. And it's mostly just the punishment of getting the game over. That's the only pressure here.
Mm-hmm.
Just has to round this corner.
Yeah, I didn't spook the guy. That's a major scary point. 1 sensor, 2 sensor roll, and we're good.
Yeah, if the guy gets spooked, he's definitely going to hear this, and he's not going to be happy.
Alright, so M9, get these chaffs, and starts the tank fight. Oh man, hopefully this goes well.
Okay, the tank is a totally different beast from just about anything in the run. It's very precise what you have to do. This like whole movement and rolling into that claymore is completely deliberate. Set up this chaff grenade to be able to run up to him safely, not get shot by the cannon. Okay, that stun went in very good. Now, like, all of these throws are done within a setup. So it takes a pause, and he's just going to be chucking magazines. There we go. And now that the magazine went in, his headshots do double damage what they're supposed to do, taking him out in 3. Do we get one more?
Come on. Okay, fine. So we're not going to get a perfect fight. Hit him in the head. So, with this position, he's most likely not going to move anywhere. I kind of have him position locked. It's just now the fight's going to be a bit slow. I'd say that now.
There we go. Oh, yes.
You want to get back over there? You're having stun.
Oh, okay.
Please get back over here.
Wait, personal space, a tank? Okay. One more? Wait, you actually got him locked good. Are you gonna crouch?
I'd throw it, man. I don't know. Okay, what do we got?
So the fight can be so messy, dude. Okay, I'm glad it was just silly nonsense and not just death.
That was a hilarious fight. I am happy it went that way, actually. Jesus.
So approaching the right side here, we're going to be spamming again and clipping through this wall. The lovely, I don't know, phase fap. Like, he just straight up faps his way through the door, and it's really nice because it skips having to watch a codec involving, like, Snake, you can't use weapons in this area, because all the game checks for is if you're crawling, because it's like, oh, you're definitely going to be crawling here. But on Extreme, you won't ever have to worry about, like, someone knocking you over or anything, because it's just game over before that even happens.
Yeah, on other categories, if you have to interact with them, want to get this ammo? No, wait, I got ammo in the fight. If you interact with one of them, like, you might get knocked over, possibly, and if you get knocked over, that also counts as crawling, and you'll get the codec anyway. So not only do you have to do the glitch whenever you come through the room, but you have to also not get knocked over on your butt anytime you go through the room, too. But at least it's copy-paste both times.
Yeah, it would look the same. Now with the Nikita, on Extreme, they loaded the area with a bunch of turrets, so sloppy movement with the Nikita missile can lead to it detonating, but yeah, you do it enough times, you know how to get the smooth lines.
Yeah, the first turn doesn't have to be perfect, you just have to make sure it flies past all the cameras where it's safe, and then you correct from there.
Detonated just slightly early to save like half a second.
And we're coming up on the Ninja, and this fight has seen tons of revisions, mostly by Furry's experimentation, and it's come a long way. It used to be just get the Nikita, whack him a bunch, and then you do punch Nikita kicks, where if you swap to the Nikita on the kick, does the Nikita smack damage on your kick, which is nice. And then we started skipping phases, and now we keep them looped into phase 1 the whole fight.
The boss has gone through so much evolution, but it's still kind of annoying because of how the positioning you're at is very crucial, because you need to be really close. You push him away with every single hit, but if you're too close to him, then he'll just like he'll render you unable to do your combo at all because you get like stuck in him, and then he punches you, and then it just gets
Get away from the
annoying.
chair.
That's another thing, is like it's random where he jumps, and he could just jump straight into a chair.
Oh no, that's probably gonna be another phase. Kick me.
Yeah, very annoying. It's constantly, everything is stacked against you to make sure you cannot combo this man reliably.
The chair, spacing, environment. So even if I PPK him correctly, it's gonna be another phase. So I'm just gonna roll into him, dude.
Yeah, this will usually be done. You have to let him transition to at least one phase, but sometimes he's just around the corner.
Oh, speaking of around the corner, how you doing?
This skills.
It was pity. It felt bad for me.
Okay, these bosses behaving rather unusual right now. It makes me a little uneasy.
Same. So usually I don't struggle that much on that boss, but his positioning was kind of messing with me. But whatever, we got through him without being punished too hard. Now getting to phase 3 is usually a big punishment, but it could have been much worse. So yeah, the fight can only end in phase 2 and onward. You keep him looped in phase 1 until he gets HP down most of the way. And I was about to do it correctly, but the kick missed. That was big. So, but we're done with the ninja. Did I pick up chaff at the start? I don't think I did. So I'm gonna go to the corner after all these cutscenes are over, and I should have 4 chaff. So I'm gonna use all those for the tower climbing disc too. But until then, yeah, okay. But until then, we're gonna be getting to Meryl, and then we're gonna start the fight with Mantis. So with Meryl, you just gotta knock on the wall to get her attention. On stuff like very easy, you can kind of shoot the Solcom, because then it'll be too far away for the guards, but she'll hear it. But on extreme, yeah, we don't have that privilege. So we just gotta knock on the wall nearby. And I'm getting dead zoned.
I saw the one in Otacon's room too.
Yeah. This game has a bad calibration on the analog sticks, so your diagonals will sometimes just make you walk. So in some areas it's better to use D-pad because of that, or just use a very slightly different angle. Get in there.
Yes.
That's my favorite tech. And it's not even tech, it's just swag. She's fine, don't worry about it. This run sadly abuses Meryl a lot. Like the first thing I did to her there was optional swag. Now this one, it's faster, but technically optional. And we're gonna just roll through her to get her into the room faster. Don't worry, that was not gonna hit. So now I have to hit her again with the Nikita for a one-shot knockout. I'm sorry, Meryl.
Yeah, there is no redemption for Meryl, unfortunately. But now comes Psycho Mantis. So Psycho Mantis is a really stressful fight on Extreme. Blue is going to go for the opener where he crouches next to the couch to line up his first shot. And then he's going to employ both punching and also non-critical shot. Or eventually. I think. I forget, actually. Okay, it's not meant for that. So yeah, you get like no time to be in first-person view on Extreme. Like, none at all. So you have to grind this boss fight to the ground.
Am I crouched still?
No.
Okay. Oh, that was... I missed like 2 shots I shouldn't have missed.
Yeah. This fight can spiral out of control real fast. So Blue had to make an adjustment there and do a couple non-criticals to make it so that phase right there was skipped, so he didn't have to do anything right there. You would normally just be able to get by with a punch and then criticals, but he'll have to shoot Mantis in the head here. And now the very final part is landing a shot on his right leg twice in a row.
Boom.
Very smooth. Yeah, the ending picked up real good right there. So yeah, he's, for whatever reason, weak in the right leg and the head. It does the same amount of damage, so typically it's easier to go for the right leg. I can't imagine what this fight would be on Extreme if you had to aim at the head every single time.
Oh, that would be horrible. And these wolves, man, they're so much more aggressive than they are in MGS1. They're very dangerous. Not so much because they'll kill you, but because they're just so good at hitting you. So I'm going to trank this first one because I don't want the other ones to know that anything's going on over here. And now let's see, where's the pupper? Don't screw me over, please. Okay, the pupper was far away, so I didn't have to worry. That means I was able to shoot the other big wolf so they wouldn't hit me. Now I'm going to shoot Meryl a couple times and roll through her so I don't get a cutscene. Boom. Because otherwise you'd have to sit there and she's like, Snake, I thought you were good with dogs. Well, you're right, I'm not. That's why we're not talking about it. Jeez.
Snake, I thought you were good with Claymore mines.
I am. See, I didn't get hit. There is a double frame perfect trick you can do in there to save like half a second that no one but a legend would be able to do in a run. Like I'm Ruckus. The
This is so
madman
legendary. He's
does
just
it
like,
first
oh, you
try.
do it like this, and then
he just does it.
2 frame perfect inputs. Because for whatever reason, if you like have the game pause on the frame that an explosion goes off, the explosion never happens, and it makes it so like the claymores activate, but they don't do any damage to you, and no hit stun, no nothing. So you're able to just god mode your way over top of it.
All right, no hits on the second way through here. Good, good, good. All right, so if you're familiar with this game, then yeah, we're gonna go get the PSG-1T. It's a nice upgrade from MGS1 where you don't have to go all the way back. You can if you want. You can still do that. But the pacing of the run is improved by just going all the way back here instead. Like to this room and get the PSG-1T in the corner.
Yeah, no sense in faking a grand reveal since GDQ already did that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so convenient that this is here. Like, having to backtrack through the nuke building and stuff, I don't even know what that would look like. And it just saves so much time. There's going to be another quality of life change like that at the very end of the run that accomplishes the same goal. But yeah, since he has the PSG-1T, also convenient that it doesn't count for kills, and just going to be picking up some extra ammo because it doesn't come packed with very much at all.
Yeah.
And yeah, if you run out for Raven, it gets real hairy.
Yeah, it gets real scary. Alright, so I'm going to fight Wolf, the first fight, and both fights are very RNG heavy, so we're just going to see what she does. Please no hiding, please no hiding. Why am I facing that way? Looks like she tried to shoot me and missed. Oh, okay.
Yep, this
Looks
pole.
like we both missed?
Oh, this
Bro.
is great. Oh, is she back behind the pole? Yeah, this is peak Sniper Wolf action right here. Okay, so you
Keep
can...
me right here, watch. I knew it.
You're going back.
Stay here, stay here, stay here. Man, come on. What are you doing? He's trying to juke me.
And get the running shot.
I reload!
The trade. The bullet travel time is like so difficult and unintuitive to account for. It's a significant amount of time for bullets to get to their destination. So hitting a moving target is not easy. And doing
Yeah, I'm not that good at that moving strat because I In my opinion, I think it should be saved for the final shot because there's times where you're aiming ahead to try to land that shot, and she might just crouch in one of her crouching spots way ahead of time, and then you just lost her. So I prefer to go for it towards the end, but because I only go for it towards the end, I'm not that good at it. And Rip Merrill, we're gonna go with our boy Otacon instead, for the sake of speed.
Speed is king.
Indeed. So we're gonna be in here with Johnny for a little while, and I want to be knocking a lot. I want to make him mad, because when he has a bunch of stopping points, and whenever he reaches one of those stopping points, he has a chance to sneeze. But if he's angry at us, like saying stuff to us, yelling at us, well, he's not yelling. He is an MGS1, but if he's yelling at us, he just won't sneeze at all. So I'm gonna knock pretty much around all of his stopping points so that he just won't sneeze, period. And that saves around like 3 to 4 seconds. It's kind of small, but like it's free to go for. Like just knock. It's free time save.
Plus, sneezing is just not nearly as entertaining as his voice lines.
Shut up in there, will ya? Hey.
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 Speaking of hey, are there any donations? That would be a good time to read them, actually.
I wish there was, but there's not. But we do
Ah,
appreciate
shoot.
the generosity so far. We're at $1,000 right now. Can we get a little more before the night is out? We'll
Shut
see.
up in
We'll
there, will
see.
ya?
That'd be excellent.
I can tell you, we're on the front page of speedrun.com right now, so appreciate you guys watching. Got a nice chunk of viewers enjoying this fancy dancing and knocking going on here, so good stuff.
My stomach. Damn it.
He's not doing too well.
And Johnny just, like, treats you like a pest, whereas he's just very rude to you in MGS1.
Shut up! Shut up! Hey! This game is like, hey, what are you doing? What's your problem, man? All right, so we got a very major, very important trick coming up in a moment, like right now, and I'm gonna try and focus on it. My success rate with it has been a little bit iffy today, so hopefully I'll get it. We'll see.
This is the hardest trick in the game. It involves laying down this ketchup in the most perfect pixel possible. And as long as that visual looks good, I think since the ketchup's in the perfect spot, he's going to nail the roll coming up perfectly. So,
What the heck?
yeah, that was definitely correct, what I just saw. Okay, so he's going to do the backwards into bump into him, and with a perfect angle, yeah! Swung in and got the ammo, or his equipment right away. It saves a whole bunch of time, because not only do you get out before that cutscene finishes, you don't have to watch it all the way, but it also has the game in like a sort of confused state, and it's going to skip a cutscene and a codec later on in the Sniper Wolf area. So it's very, very difficult trick. Really sick to have nailed it.
Yeah, there's a much safer variant that saves a lot less time, but it's still a time save anyway, where you can just bonk Johnny, throw him, and then leave the room and come back in enough time, and then you can still do it and still get some time save out of it. But that was the more difficult version. There's other even more difficult versions that barely save more than that, so I'm not gonna bother with those ever. Usually.
What's that?
I'm just take this straight line through here. This is like a safe way to get through this room. Hold him up so he doesn't hear my footsteps. Like, he probably heard them, but he's just like, oh man, this guy's holding me up. What do I do?
Reminiscent of the dog tags way you do this room.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So
It's fun, but like, it's scary.
I guess one minor thing too is how when Blue got his equipment back, he quick equipped his M9 right away, and he set that up right after Sniper Wolf. For some reason, the game is like, okay, I'm gonna check for what was the quick equip.
Like on your previous?
Yeah, on your previous beforehand. Not what you were holding, but what was in your previous. So we swapped to the PSG-1T to have his M9 in the previous. So the game was like, okay, that's all I remember was you were gonna quick swap to an M9 and you didn't have to do the extra menu because of that.
Yeah, pretty much you just get your items back and tap R, and then you just have your M9 already instead of having a menu to it. It's a nice little menu trick. And I have my disc 2 ready, because in this game, the disc swap is at the actual halfway point of the game, so once I go through Sniper Wolf's room, should be able to do the disc swap there. So I'm gonna get this extra bit of ammo for safety, because I'm notoriously bad at Wolf 2. And I'd rather not run out of ammo for Raven, because Raven is very, very, very scary if you don't have ammo.
Handkerchief granting an immunity to dogs. It's like not necessary, but you might as well.
It saves a lot of headache.
Yeah, right here would be the trigger for a cutscene codec combo. Loses a considerable amount of time. It's much easier to just walk through and put in your disc, like, as soon as the text appears, like not this text, but right before open. Are you playing on the Wii or on a GameCube?
Wii, so it's slightly slower for me to swap discs that way. I'd prefer a GameCube, but a Wii was my only option. So my actual GameCube kind of died. It stopped reading discs, so I had to get a Wii a couple of months ago. And I'm losing time every time I swap discs. It's not cool.
We're gonna pre-cook a stun grenade because some lads are gonna appear behind Snake. And
These lads are not raw.
He looks surprised. He's like, I'm just gonna throw this and see what happens. And then they're like, oh yeah, I guess there are dudes here. Nice. So there are a bunch of like pre-planned stun grenades that we're gonna be throwing at various visual cues that Blue's just memorized so that he doesn't have to deal with people ahead of him. But also the M9, even on extreme, one-shots all of these guards. So even if they're being annoying, they don't take much to take out. And you can also finish off people who like got kind of stunned but didn't fall over.
Oh, that didn't work. Oh man, you serious?
And the radius is pretty picky on extreme.
Yeah, on very easy, you can kind of stun them from like almost anywhere. But on this extreme, it's kind of rude. All right, well, it is what it is. Sometimes they just don't work. Maybe I just screwed up, but oh well. And I got sniped too. These guys are better snipers than Sniper Wolf herself, dude. Oh, it's okay. Just one more nade to toss, and we should be on out of here. Cook it right here. All right, now hopefully no one shoots me while I'm on the way to the ladder.
There's like no
And
one
they're
there.
too far away. Yeah, we're good.
Yeah, that wasn't too bad. I mean, they were trolling a bit, but it was still solid.
Yeah, but doesn't matter how much HP you come out of there with, because when you use the rope here, you're gonna get all your HP back anyway. So no worries there.
I guess that is like kind of a thing. How I haven't really been worried about HP even when taking damage. It's just like the game is so generous with how much HP you have and how little the enemies like actually hurt you.
Yeah, this game, like anyone that knows this game knows that it wasn't balanced very well, and that also includes the difficulty. Like, you can take so many hits outside of like maybe the tank running you over, falling from a long drop or something. Just in a short amount of time. Okay, so I'm gonna do a little we call it the girder glitch. Watch this. Oh, I zipped down. Oh, that was cool. Game crashed. Dude, what the oh,
No.
I gotcha. Gotcha.
Okay.
I'm probably not fooling anyone by now, but I had to have gotten somebody. Maybe someone got fooled.
It's so weird that the like dropped for a moment right when you did that.
So we tranked those guys. On this version compared to MGS1, I don't know. I don't know why they swapped them around like that. Why'd they put the stinger on the bottom? It's never gonna go down a whole lot of stairs, then go back up a lot of stairs. And this is where we're gonna use another glitch called what was it called? Stair gliding. I think it was
Yeah.
found by the Apache Smash at Apache Smash on Twitter. You just like, as long as you have no weapon equipped, you just kind of press A, or then I think on MGS2 it's like what, square or something. You press it at the like the first time you touch a set of stairs, and you just kind of zip forward on them by like just a little bit. I'm actually dropping some frames. Oh, what the heck! I didn't notice that. Looks like it's calmed down now.
Yeah, it's definitely cleared up by now. But yeah, just gonna be. You couldn't do stair gliding on the stairs that Snake was moving up like super fast. I mean, firstly, there's bigger problems, but secondly, it doesn't work on that just because of how the stair climbing works. And since he's like not in urgent mode, he just like casually meanders up these stairs. So the stair gliding, like, you don't really see it if you're not trained to look for it, but it does add up over the course of several instances.
Yeah, the drop frames could have been on my end because I had to do a modem swap today and it was having some difficulties, so it would not surprise me if it was on my end. So I do see that I dropped frames, so maybe it's me. I apologize. But yeah, so we're up the stairs now and we're gonna fight the. Hey, go up the ladder. We're gonna fight the Hind D. And hopefully this thing doesn't give me the D, because this boss kind of sucks. It's a lot better on hard and extreme, where he's a lot more aggressive. You might be wondering, like, why is more aggression better? It's because of phase 2. He stays down there for much less time compared to normal and lower. So we'll see what we get. For phase 1, you want to make sure you lock target first before you fire, because otherwise it might blow up before it reaches him. And that's something that this game Stinger is notorious for. Like, if you shoot and then lock, it's not going to travel that far before it blows up. So always, always, always get the lock first. Except for some situations where him flying away isn't that far, then you could get away with it, but it's just good to have it to lock first. Nice shot.
Going into phase 2, we're going to be fishing for something called auto lock, where you might be able to look anywhere on the screen. I didn't get it there. You basically just like look in the stinger and just always have lock on. It's very, very nice, and it makes the stinger's like arc very predictable, and also with.
Oh, I have it now.
Yeah, this is much better because you can just kind of memorize the timing for when the Hind's iframes wear off, and basically just, as long as you're pointing in the general direction.
This is why Extreme Hind is cool. He just stays down there for like no time, unless you're really unlucky. He comes down, he pops right back up. It's so nice. I wish we could get this kind of Hind on like all the difficulties. Ow.
Yeah, very easy, normal. This guy will go like 570 degrees under you before deciding to come back up, and he'll do it over and over and over. But this one, the furthest he could do is like swing one semicircle and then immediately come up because he's so fast.
Yeah, he doesn't stay down for all that long, and when he does, it's not really for that long at all. It's very nice. Now, the one thing I do like about normal and lower is that for each time he pops up, you can land 2 shots on him, which is pretty nice. But I kind of prefer just him being aggressive and not staying down at all. I find that more fun, actually. Because I'm not sitting here waiting and I'm just like, oh, come up already.
On the
but-
ascension to this tower, he chaffed all the turrets so that he would be able to get through without them shooting him, and it reduces lag, it makes it less of a headache. But on the way down, we don't have any more chaff, so we're actually going to time grenade throws to perfectly hit all the turrets. There's 4 groups, and if your timing's good enough, you can land the nade splash damage on all 4 at once, which Blue did there. And then you got the other group. So yeah, it's just rinse and repeat, and then unequip your nade to stair glide.
The timing I use, I pretty much start cooking the nade right when the camera changes. Some one left. Okay, that's cool. And then when I throw it, it's like the line on the floor before the number. So like now. Okay, there we go. Yeah, that was weird. There was one camera left just for like no reason. So I'm gonna do another Prozac skip on this elevator door. Let's see if I get it. Nope. Okay. Don't blow up on me, please. It might still blow
It's
up on me.
gonna
Please
blow
don't. It's gonna blow up, but it's gonna hit me. Is the question. Okay. All right. So you can do it for that elevator, and it saves like a second. So it's kind of free to go for, not punishing if you miss it.
These are the 4 horsemen. It's too late, Snake. Now shoot us all in the head immediately. We do no damage. Alright, fantastic. On lower difficulties, you're able to get away with the C4 here, but can't get any kills, so it's not even like a viable strategy.
And even on like hard and extreme, they don't die to 1C4 anyway. You'd have to like
Oh,
do it
yeah.
twice.
That's
Yeah.
right.
They're too tanky.
They stay on the ground for like ever if you try that.
Yeah. On top of yourself being hurt too. So I got the stinger ready so that when I start the next boss fight with Wolf 2. Okay, I didn't get hit there. Cool. So that when I pull out the stinger, it'll kind of tell me where she is, so I'm not like wasting time looking for her. Just like, which tree is she hiding behind? Where's she? Where's she? I'll know right away.
Yeah, there's a wide area in which she could start out with her first spawn, but when he does lock on or locate her with the stinger, he's gonna first to take a position over here on this ammo just to grab it beforehand. On other difficulties, you would be able to like
I am a potato.
pick it up as soon as it respawns, because it respawns if you have 0 ammo, but we're gonna be still conserving ammo for Raven. Yeah, this fight is full of just moving shots. Get that bullet travel time down.
I knew it.
You called that.
I know when she's gonna do it. I am Mr. Potato Head. Holy moly! See, the amount of distance you have to lead your shot varies depending on where she's at. So like, dude, I wasn't kidding when I said I was kind of bad at this boss fight. Oh my goodness, dude. All right, I'm gonna have to get some extra ammo before Raven starts. That's fine. Because there's at least 1 box of ammo I can get and I can use. Stop hiding.
Typically, right side Wolf is better than left side, but this was.
I was just not playing it well.
Her hiding at the end is like uncommon, but it can happen. There's definitely such a thing as a right side troll Wolf.
Yeah, it's much more uncommon. But if you get left side spawn, you'll typically get the unlucky pattern where she just hides behind like every tree she can come up to. It's so obnoxious. So here's another instance of hanging being OP in the MGS1 environment. So I get to just, instead of dealing with the crane and walking through the whole room, I just kind of just go right here and drop right down ASAP. I take a lot of damage, but nothing hurts me enough in this game to really care.
You get the instant drop into the crawling by getting shot by that turret. The turret's always going to hit you. It's just really silly how it makes you immediately crawl if you time it right.
Alright, so the extra ammo I need is over here in this corner, so it's It's a hefty loss to go get it, but Raven is scary, so we're not going to deal with that. Let's get the
Yeah,
ammo.
it's super scary. If you have to resort to M9, you're probably already sweating.
Yeah, there's a way to use the M9, but it's
It's actually to kill these guys, or
Yeah.
rather, put them out, put them to sleep.
Yeah.
Basically, what he did at the very end was in third person, like go to third person for a very brief moment, so that it would automatically lock on to the guy behind him. It's kind of weird. Like you won't get that if you're staying in first person. So you just like go to third person, get that lock immediately.
Yeah, you're not gonna snap to someone behind you when you're in first person. You kind of have to turn like halfway before you'll even consider it. So after you shoot the two guys, you keep A held but let go of first person and then tap B, and then you can go back into first person and then it'll snap to him, or you'll be able to get that headshot.
Are you gonna get headshot?
So far no. No, I did.
There it is.
I got headshot.
Right in the mouth. Disgusting.
Actual hit. freaking headshot me right in the mouth, dude. All right, Raven time. So I'm gonna set up a sniping position in the bottom right corner of the map, and for some reason, when you're in your scope while proned, he really struggles to hit you, and he still can. It's really random, and it's rare when he does. And it is scary when he does, but for some reason, just being far away prone, he just really can't hit you. So we're just gonna have to go over here. And we're gonna try to time these shots so that we get him to stay in place later. Like right around now, we want him to stay in place. He's not gonna run away. Okay, good. Good.
Yeah, that one's just fine. It's great.
Yeah. And if you didn't notice, he's a very, very angry man. Like, after you shoot him, he makes an angry noise, and you're shooting him a bunch, so he's like...
I mean, I'd be pissed too if I was shooting this
Why
giant
won't you get hit?
Gatling gun, unable to hit Snake, like, for no reason. Yeah, he just gets caught in a loop there. Other difficulties, you just give him the stinger. This room is kind of stupid, because you can get the corner glitch from MGS2, and it'll completely swing you around backwards and have you get spotted by that guard right there. It's so annoying, but Blue took a smooth line that was able to avoid that pretty well.
Yeah, like, I recently discovered that if you step on a floor trap, there's a fairly high chance that when that dude turns around, he'll spot you, because the floor trap, it alerts him to a noise, and it turns him just that extra little bit for him to notice you, and it sucks.
That's crazy.
So we're gonna call Otacon right now. You think that you're supposed to just let the codex happen as you go through the room, but for some reason, and it's not an MGS1 either, just in this game, if you call him now all 3 times, you can just get his codex out of the way early and not have to worry about him.
Yeah, not having to rewatch the codec opening and closing animation actually saves a bit of time. It's just so interesting that you can get through the whole Otacon hacking arc and sneak up on this guy and roll, have the force of gravity take the kill. So that's not Big Boss gone. It is Gravity. Gravity has lost the Big Boss rank.
Yeah, gravity's pretty bad this game. It never gets a big boss. So the third guy that was right below me, I'm gonna take care of him after this cutscene. I labbed out a nice quick shot where as soon as you get into first person, you tap right on the D-pad for like a frame or two, and then just shoot, and it just tranks him just like that. It's like a crotch shot somehow. And I usually wait to see if I do get the shot, so let's see. Cool. Got him. Easy peasy. Oh, don't side on the wall.
The rope? Nice.
Got it. In practice earlier, I grabbed it so late, like I saw the screen change while I was grabbing it. Just shoot the rat, come on. That rat is surprisingly hard to hit. And there's one more guy above me. And if you're actually too fast with grabbing the key from the rat, the guy up there can hear you and see you as you go up these steps here. It's so dumb. And I learned that the hard way too. Like, I lost a big boss run to that guy spotting me because I got the key too fast.
Dude,
But we'll
imagine.
deal with him in a little bit.
Yeah, it's really nice that he doesn't hear the SOCOM shots. It's just the two on this side of the room that'll hear it. Take out that camera and
I forgot the key.
there we go. Yeah, that's another case of like, you could just wander in and totally forget about that camera and then just game over. It's happened in a race between me and Blue where he walked
Both of
in.
us?
Yeah, he walked in. It was like, oh, don't forget to shoot the camera. And I'm like, why? And he's like, I got a game over. And I'm like, oh. And then I just walk in later and also completely forget to shoot the camera and I get a game over. It's very
That was
bizarre.
an epic race. Speaking of epic, this is the other change in this game that's very nice. You don't have to go to the other places with your... I was going to say something rude and disgusting, but basically you don't have to go wait in another room for a whole minute to change the card. You can just go over here, drop down, shoot a pipe, and you change the color of the key, which is pretty nice. Saves you all that walking back, the backtracking, and the waiting. Pretty cool. It's like your reward for exploring and using the new mechanics. It's like you don't have to do it that way. You can still do it the old way if you want. I'm gonna put it in. I'm gonna go all the way back around and then do the red key, and then we're good to go.
I guess just a random thing. You can't do this out of order. It has to be yellow, blue, red. You can't, like, let's say you've dropped down right in front of the red pipe first, and it's like, oh, okay. If you do that right, you can land a third-person shot onto the red pipe. So let me just get that out of the way now. No, you have to do blue first and then red. Otherwise, it just doesn't work.
Yeah. Is this third person shot? I'll try it. Nope. Now, technically, it's frames faster to just drop and eat the damage, but this is extreme, and I kind of conserve HP in case I screw up Rex somehow. And another long codec. You ever notice how most of the long codecs in this game involve Naomi? Can she just, like, go away? You eat so much time. This one's like 20-something seconds. Someone find a skip for this codec, please? Alright, gonna go turn in the third key. Then we're gonna start the fight with Rex. Now with Rex, there's a few strats you can use. I'm stubborn and hard-headed, and I do a strat that's not slower, but more dangerous and more risky, so I don't recommend it, but it's just what I like to do. But usually, other strats you'd want to use involve standing in a specific spot, and then that position will just have the missiles fly right past you, and you don't get damaged by them, which is pretty nice. I do something else that involves just baiting the laser and dodging it.
I was just going to briefly mention how answering the codec as soon as the screen loads makes it so you can basically lose no time from the additional codec you have to get. Like, it comes as soon as you hit the door, and Blue swapped to Stinger, so now Stinger's on his previous. You can walk over into position. So yeah, like he was saying, you can stand in one spot and basically be like immune to all of Rex's attacks, but Blue doesn't mind the step forward method. He's good at it, so it's not really a problem ever. Oh, that one kind of drifted towards his eye.
Yeah, that was the auto lock glitch. On Hind, the glitch is really good. On Rex, it's a nightmare. Because on
really
Rex,
bad.
it'll often pull towards the machine gun eyes or something. It's really bad.
Especially on this phase where coming up, you'll be able to like auto lock onto the bottom laser, which is super bad. That for some reason screws with Rex enough to make the missiles he fires hit you like dead on, and you have to do some crazy dodges to get out of that. But be employing basically what you could be doing on phase 1 and standing exactly in the spot you spawn at, and that'll avoid all the missiles. You'll still get hit by the machine gun, which is why it's important to have HP at this point. But
There you are.
that basically sums it up. There you are.
Nope. It's fine. Yep, just as soon as you spawn, don't move. Easy fight. But also don't hit his laser. That's real bad. Ruins everything for inexplicable reasons.
Yeah, the dodging those missiles is an art. There's no like good way to do it. So basically, you just want to avoid that situation altogether. This is the true final boss. We're going to be doing a very, very precise trick called the lottery roll. I'm going to set it up at the very start, do a combo into roll.
I
You
got
a-
scammed, bro.
got a
We're
baby
trying that
one.
again. You get back over there. We're doing this until we're doing it, okay? You get over there, and we're gonna do it until we. Listen, Liquid, you're gonna get over there, and we're gonna make.
There's a way to get a million hits. Like, I'm talking his whole health bar practically in a roll. But it's very precise.
I'm doing this. I'm gonna do this, Liquid. You get over there, even if you have no HP left.
Oh, dead zoned. Yes, the cherry on top. Yeah,
Oh, you're a monster.
that's certainly how it can go. Just get a bunch of baby ones, and then catch them in a loop. Punch, run away, and that'll finish off the fight pretty well. But yeah, that fight can go pretty different. You could do it way faster if you hit the magic angle and if Liquid cooperates.
Yeah, I'm usually pretty good at getting the lottery roll. I was practicing it earlier. I was doing pretty well on it, but it's this one time where it just doesn't want to work. We call it the lottery roll for good reason. It's obnoxiously precise. And if you land it, you do like half his HP. And on extreme, with how different his AI is for the first phase, you can actually do it twice and then get him down to phase 3 immediately. And I just couldn't land it. It's really hard. Really, really tough. Fire, this run was not fire, but we're still big boss pays as long as I don't happen to kill anybody on accident leaving here.
Yeah, once again, I guess your bullets kill people, but your bullet hitting a barrel of explosives doesn't kill people. It makes sense.
Yeah, I didn't kill him. The barrel did. I just told the barrel what to do.
Yeah, so like you can't shoot the guards in these checkpoints to get past them and keep your big boss rank. You have to make sure they're near the barrel. So that guy's near the barrel already, but the guy on the right, coming up in the next checkpoint, I think, has to walk towards the barrel before you can shoot it, because Otacon won't like ram through until everyone's taken care of. So yeah, you have to wait for him to walk there. If you do it prematurely, blow up the barrel, then you have no choice but to kill that guy.
Yeah. All right, now for Liquid. He's got his
So-
visible health bar. This
Yeah,
fight's really weird.
it's so strange. Like, this is another anomaly of boss fights. Like, unlike the tank, where it's only because of how we exploit it, this one's just weird altogether. Be in this like bumper cars race with Liquid, and sometimes he just has inexplicable iframes. Sometimes he just hugs the back of your Jeep, and there's like nothing you can do to stop him from constantly ramming you. The fight has like several phases. Like each of these different areas count as like a phase, and then he has slightly different means of combating him.
Hello.
You're basically like just waiting for his iframes to go out, but sometimes, yeah, you just get immediately socked in the face.
He knocked me to the right too. That was bad.
Yeah, and then there's like a degree of randomness where you turn after getting hit. Alright, time.
Time is gonna be when the screen fades white, right here, and one more hit, and time. All right, GG. So it looks like I was barely overestimate, and I think my estimate was a little bit aggressive, but considering the shenanigans that went down, I think this run was good enough. It's still Big Boss, so I can't, I can't be too mad. I'm happy about that tank, not because it was a very silly tank. I still remember it right now. It's just, how did these throws go in? Why did this work? I don't know. This fight was so silly, but that was Twin Snakes, everybody. That was definitely a Big Boss rank, so that's pretty cool. I muted the game audio on my end because for some reason this song gets copyrighted, not by Konami, but by some rogue DJ who steals things, as Wallguy puts it. So, like, I don't know. If you're a DJ, you can steal someone else's song, remix it, make it your own. You can copyright people for it. Isn't that awesome? So I muted the game audio on my end. But yeah, so that was Twin Snakes. Big Boss run. It was messy, but hey, Big Boss. So I can't complain that much. That was cool. It's a good run.
Yeah, tank was
So,
definitely my
GG's
favorite part.
everybody.
Very, very goofy. So it was good
Yeah.
stuff. But anything else before we head off and go to the next run?
Not really, other than just, this marathon's been pretty cool. Already raised $1,000 for our boy Jag. Gotta help him out because he's a big player in our community.
Well said, well said. So, all right, well, that
Yep.
was Metal Gear Solid: The Twin Snakes. We're going to get ready for the next run, GoldenEye by Joseph Joestar 316. Should be very interesting. And then Jaguar King to close it out. So 2 more runs to go. And then I can go to bed. I can't wait. So
Nice.
stick around. We'll be right